Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my 31-week pregnancy update, and the first thing that stands out to me the most is just feeling so much bigger. Once I hit 30 weeks, I would say, it was just like downhill from there. I just feel so pregnant at this point. I feel like I'm retaining a lot more water, and like my hands and my feet are just a lot more full and like puffier. And that goes like for my whole body. I just feel a lot bigger, puffier. I don't know. I just feel really pregnant. I've also been experiencing a lot of shortness of breath, and I think that's just because she's gotten a lot bigger. She's like an actual baby now. She's like a 3.5-pound baby in there. So I think my lungs are just really squished at this point. I am peeing like every 20 minutes throughout the day, like clockwork now. It's gotten so out of control. I think she's like positioned right on top of my bladder. So when she goes to kick it with her hands, I'm assuming, in that moment when she punches me in the bladder, I have to find a bathroom like immediately. And normally when I'm out and about in public, like I will hold it until I get home because it's just so inconvenient to find a restroom, especially if I have Baylee with me. So I normally will hold it till I get home, but lately I cannot. I have to find a bathroom like in that moment because I just feel like I need to pee constantly. And throughout the night, I'm up to like 4 or 5 times now, and it's so hard to get out of bed at this point, you guys. I still try and use my abs just because like that's what I'm used to doing when I have to get up in the middle of the night. And like when you don't have those ab muscles, it's so straining on your bump. My ribs are also starting to hurt a lot. I think they're just like really achy from all of the extra weight that I'm carrying. And I find that if I'm sitting down, I'm like constantly trying to lift my chest up to relieve some of that pressure on my ribs because they hurt so bad. And I don't remember them hurting like this with Baylee. So this is like a new symptom for me. I don't know if my boobs are bigger this time or I'm carrying more weight. I'm definitely carrying more weight this time. I'm up like the total weight gain that I gained with Baylee. I gained 20 pounds with Baylee, and I'm up 20 pounds already. So I'm definitely carrying more weight this time, so I don't know if that's the case, but my ribs are definitely a lot more sore this time, and I'm constantly trying to figure out like ways to relieve the pain and trying to use lots of pillows to kind of like relieve the pressure. And this kind of goes hand in hand with that, but wearing a bra now is just like my worst nightmare. That's the first thing I want to do when I get home is just rip it off because it digs into my ribs and almost just makes it a lot harder to breathe. I've started to think about who I want to be at the hospital when I deliver her, or like after I deliver her if I want any visitors, because I remember when I had Baylee, my mom and my dad were the only 2 people that came to visit us because we were pretty far away from our hometown. And I remember they came to see us, I think it was the day she was born, but it was like hours after she was born, or maybe it was the day after, I can't really remember, but they came shortly after she was born. And I remember not even wanting my parents there because like the first 48 hours after birth are such a sacred, precious time, and those 2 days are like hands down the best days of my entire life. They're just so precious, and it's really kind of hard to explain if you've never given birth before. I remember just only wanting Adam and myself there to kind of soak up those first like 48 hours after she was born, because I don't know, you're on such a high, you're like on a cloud 9. It's like the most surreal feeling in the world. And when you have other people there, especially if you're trying to breastfeed and create that bond with your baby, those first couple days are just so precious and so important for you to build that bond with your baby and to try and establish a really good breastfeeding experience. So when you have other people like coming in and out, it's just kind of like too much. And having my parents there was too much. And after like 30 minutes of them kind of meeting her and getting to hold her and stuff, I like ended up kicking them out and just telling them like, I really would like for you guys to leave because I need this time with just Adam and I, and they obviously understood. But I'm sure this birth experience will be totally different than it was with Baylee, and we'll have like more time to sit around and wait for dilation like most labors do. So I think during that time I'll be more comfortable having those closest to me there for support and stuff until I'm like ready to push. But as far as after delivery, I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel. I think we'll just have to play it by ear and see how we're feeling then. And if any of you guys are second or third time moms and kind of feel the same way I do, please let me know in the comment section so I don't feel like I'm the only one. And if you guys have a different opinion and you love visitors, I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts on this are as well. I signed up for a birthing and breastfeeding class this week. It's not until mid-April, and I don't really know if it's common for second or third time moms to go to a birthing class, but I think it would be really beneficial for Adam to go because he wasn't able to go with me when I was pregnant with Baylee because he was away at school during that time. And so he had no idea how to comfort me when I was like a screaming, crying mess when I was in labor with her. I mean, he did his best, but he didn't really know like what to expect. So I feel like it would be really nice for him to kind of learn a thing or two about the birthing process. And you can never really have too much information on breastfeeding because every baby and every experience is so completely different. I was only able to breastfeed Baylee for a couple months because of a supply issue, and I was just kind of too scared to reach out to ask for help. So I'm really going to push myself to breastfeed for at least 6 months this time. That's my goal, if not longer. And I'm really going to try and take advantage of all of the resources that I have, especially being in the military. We have so many resources available to us, so I'm really going to try and push myself to take advantage of everything that I have. But I think that's it for my symptoms and kind of catching you guys up on what's been going on this week. So I will go ahead and show you my 31-week bump. So that is my 31-week pregnancy update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you a part of my journey, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.